Hello, and welcome back to Trails into Reverie, with me, SLJRPG. In the last episode, we had little talks around our Monaco village, learned what our next step was, and got a threatening note about Kia and Ilya or Sully being in the ancient battlefield. But as we decided to try and leave, a mirror appeared in Lloyd's pocket, and they kind of said we could not progress any further, so we have some trails to walk. So this currently is locked in. We could do C's route, but we're going to do Reed's route. So, let's see what is next for old Mr. Sporza. Heimdallr Central Station, March 17th.
We're finally here.
Damn, is it 10 already?
Sure is. Heimdallr's pretty far from Ymir.
Certainly is.
Our next target shall be the muck and mire that gathers in the Vermilion City.
Would that be the royal family?
The Vermilion City C mentioned can only be Heimdallr. But the capital is gigantic. We're going to need some way to narrow our search radius.
If you ask me, the racecourse in the Garnier district seems suspicious.
Do they now?
Of course he's going to say that.
I know. I'll save having fun till our work's done.
I'd be happy to take you anywhere you like once we've ensured Prince Olivert is safe. As long as it's not the kind of shady businesses I know you want to go to.
I gotcha. Can't very well go to him in uniform.
Definitely can't.
That's not the problem here, Ash.
We can go for dessert though, right?
Of course. It'll be on me, even. Just focus on the investigation first. Let's start with Lady Arie, since she's agreed to speak with us.
To the training hall in the Laika district we go then.
Indeed, we do. Reed's route, Act 2, Vermilion Muck and Mire. Not so interesting. Altina, Ash, where's Yuna, where's Kurt? The morning after learning Major Claire of Crossbell's occupation. Learning from Major Claire of Crossbell's occupation, we set about discussing how we should act. We also established contact with all the members of Class 7 that we could to inform them of the situation. First, there was a matter of Crossbell itself. We knew from the Major's intel that it was under the control of former Governor General and his Ebon Defense Force. Anxiety over the region's welfare gnawed at us, but as it had been isolated from the outside world, we had no way to learn more. Indeed, there was little we could do on that front for the time being. There was also the matter of the search for Prince Olivert and his wife. Their whereabouts remained unknown. Furthermore, the Round of 7 system we had been used to stay in touch over long distances relied on the artifact stored on the Courageous 2. With the airship stolen, that method of communication was lost to us. Our only clue then was the message sent to the intelligence division by C. As vague as it was, the information was undoubtedly our best lead in unraveling the mysteries of the prince's departure. Or disappearance, sorry. With hope on the horizon, we set about dividing ourselves into several groups. Major Claire and Yuna decided to head east to get a handle on the situation in Crossbell. Interesting. Meanwhile, Lord Matthias and Kurt would head west and rendezvous with the students of the Vander School. Yusei volunteered to return to the branch campus to meet up with the principal and her fellow students, as well as seek help from other sources. The others would find ways to play to their strengths in aiding our case. Meanwhile, I was to bring Altina. I'm in fucking Reed's voice. I was in Altina and Ash with me to Heimdallr to follow the trail left to us by C's message.
That is basically our situation as it stands. His Excellency also asked us to tell you that he hopes you'll be able to look after the hall in his extended absence.
Thank you for updating me on everything going on.
This woman's a fucking badass. Ollivander.
It's the least we could do. Your husband did a lot for us.
More like put us through the goddamn ringer.
All while shrugging off our attacks like we were nothing more than a bunch of buzzing mosquitoes.
Indeed.
He sent Kurt flying off a cliff, too. I found him quite terrifying.
I do hope he didn't leave you with any lasting trauma. Still, his is a measured hand. If he came at you that fiercely, he trusted you could handle it. I hope you can understand that he only did what he did because he saw potential in all of you.
Exactly. We do, don't worry. Yeah, you could tell he was acting you could tell he wasn't acting with any ill will. If anything, I'm the one with the reputation for being stern disciplinarian around here. Based on how often I see my students quake at the knees, I'd wager they'd fear me more than my husband. We got wind of that when we were here for one of our field exercises. Kurt's got some monster parents. Surprised the guy ain't half Tomatarian or something. In the time I spent with him, it was clear there was much more to him than his stern presence on the battlefield. He was kind enough to share some of that wisdom with me too. Oh, was he now? He's a man of few words, that's very unusual. I can't picture that happening at all. Same here. Please don't speak rudely about the man in front of his wife, you two. Don't worry, I appreciate their honesty. I'm glad to see that you all seem even more united as a class than you did when you were last here. Do continue to look after my Kurt, won't you? Of course. We would even if we weren't asked to. And if he wants any help getting into the good kind of trouble, I'm his guy. Getting back to why we're here. Has anything out of the ordinary happened in the capital recently? The students who were here have split up across Erebonia to search for information on Prince Olivert's whereabouts. As such, I'm not well informed on the situation here in Heimdallr as I would be. There's one thing I feel worth mentioning. What is that? It feels as though there are more people coming and going than there should be. Especially given how there are no festivals or celebrations here around this time of year. It's making the capital feel more restless than usual, differently from how it did during the summer festival. It's as though there's something stagnant in the air. I'll be glad to have to not deal with any more Calvert spies like at the festival, that's for sure. But stagnant air's all you're gonna get in the city to begin with. You feel anything out of whack, Schwarzer? Not especially, if I'm honest. But I'm guessing it's a relatively slight difference, Mom. Yes, it may even just be my imagination. You've lived in Heimdallr for such a long time. Feels like if something feels amiss, it likely is. We'll keep that in mind as we investigate. I'm sorry I can't provide you with anything more concrete. There is one thing I can do, however. I'd like to introduce you to someone dependable to aid your investigation. Well, I say introduce, but you know her very well. She should be here any moment. Ah, there we are.
May I come in?
I think I know who that is.
I suspected as much.
By all means.
Student class president. Elise Schwarzer.
Elise.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you all again. The same to you.
So she's our little helper, huh?
Indeed. Sister Doreen, friend to Princess Alphen, and head of St. Astraya's student council. The noble Elise Schwarzer herself.
The princess and Muse have already apprised me of the situation. So I spoke with Lady Aurier and volunteered to aid you upon your arrival. I apologize if my behavior strikes you as meddlesome.
It is, of course, that.
But I am certain that I will be able to aid you in your investigation. You do know more about the capital than any of us.
You're not coming, and that's final.
Oh, Irene being protective.
Out comes the big brother.
There's still far too much we don't know about the situation here. Given that our enemies pilfered the name of the Imperial Liberation Front, we could very well be dealing with terrorists. Involving a civilian in this would be downright irresponsible.
So I'm just a civilian, am I? Just a no-good student without a mote of power to her name?
That's not what I'm trying to...
Oh, I think it is. But even leaving that aside, your blunt dismissal misses an important point.
And what point is that?
That the situation at hand doesn't relate to me, when I am Princess Alphen's dearest friend.
But that is that, and this is... this.
As we speak, she is racked with worry over her brother's well-being. Yet, as the matter is confidential, she has to feign a smile and act as though everything is normal.
Is this going to be the line you're going to go for?
She cannot cast her responsibilities aside and aid in the search herself either. And because she cannot, I will do so in her place. If I just sit by idly while she suffers in silence and do nothing to alleviate her burden, I won't be fit to call myself her friend ever again.
Elise.
Looks like you lose this one, Schwarzer.
They're both Schwarzer. You need to call him Reem.
You realize both of them are Schwarzer in this context.
Yes, exactly.
If I may, I think you would do well to put your trust in her here. Her skill with a rapier is formidable.
That may be so, but...
I have toiled long and hard to master the art of fencing passed down through our family.
Yeah, she is Teo's disciple.
Of late, I have even grown under Lady Aurier's tutelage. And far from letting my pen rest while my sword hand improves, I have overcome many a challenge as student council president. I am no longer a cowering child in need of your protection, dear brother.
There's some law drop there.
All right. Ash called this one right. You win.
Then...
We'll be glad to have your assistance. But if things get dangerous, I want you to do as I say. Deal?
Deal!
Brother and sister. It's just a brother, a sister, the homunculus.
I wish you all
the
well in
rowdy
your
boy.
investigation. Please, do be careful. Should I catch wind of anything you hear, I'll let you know immediately.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Then let us set off. I will do my best not to overextend myself and leave you all to carry the burden.
She's speaking so formally.
Please, if you are truly in need, I hope you won't hesitate to tell me. For even I possess a strength that you can lean on.
Thanks. It's good to know you've got my back.
And the feeling is mutual.
I don't trust her. She's acting weird. She's been acting proper weird. But get information about each district, which of course we're going to do. And then what street are we going to be ending on first? Let's see what I do next. We have to meet up with the rest of our friends who've come to the capital, but there's still plenty of time before our scheduled gathering. No point in rushing. Shall we patrol the districts and gather some intelligence? That way we can meet with the others along the way. Given your familiarity with the area, that most certainly sounds like the most efficient plan. It reminds me, apparently the violin nerds we're supposed to meet up with is from here. Right, Elliot hasn't been on tour, so he's been working in the city. Marcus is from the capital too, but he's in Crossbell. Marcus, Elisa, Toa, and Sharon. I hope they're doing alright. I'm sure they are. Let's focus on what we can do. You're right. There's stuff around this area. So where are we exactly? Doesn't seem to be anything. This is the Letsia district. But we're gonna speak first.
Should we check the Imperial Museum while we're here?
We certainly will be.
Wouldn't hurt to poke our noses inside. My old upperclassmen might even be on shift.
Which of course we know. A certain lady. With a penchant. Here we are, the Imperial Museum. With a penchant for the tasteful melodrama in certain erotic fiction. That seems like there doesn't seem to be many visitors today.
If it isn't Reen. Haven't seen you around here since the branch campus's field exercises.
Hey, Dorothy. Good to see you. How's work been treating you?
Pretty good, all things considered. Actually, my publisher's been pushing me to become a full-time author after how well my latest novel sold. But I like my work as a curator too, so I don't think I'm ready to quit just yet.
That's great. Always nice to have options.
What's the name of the book? And there's another reason I don't want to go into writing full-time. I'd probably become a total shut-in and miss out on all of this. Best way to seek inspiration is to observe daily life, people watching, and so to speak. Why, as I was on my way home from work the other day, spotting a budding flower at the nearby cafe that caught my eye, my mind went wild imagining the experiences that could end in the precarious final days of his youth. I can't keep doing this. My nose is going to bleed all over my blouse at this rate. It's no wonder why Her Highness sees she was a kindred spirit. Oh, it's good to see you again, Ash. I've been wanting to give you an update on our joint publication between our old literature club and yours. That's why I left. That's all that's left together is a collection of poems by none other than yourself. Tatiana and I haven't given up hope that you'll submit them yet. Lay off. I told you I feel like it. Told you I'll do it when I feel like it. It's only a matter of time before he gives in, no doubt. So what brings you all to the capital? This has something to do with the Urban Defense Force group that occupied Crossbell. It seems like she's heard anything about Prince Oliver and Lady Shara. Something like that. It's just me, or there are few visitors here than normal. Noticed? The museum puts a restriction on the number of visitors allowed at once recently. Something came up that has concerned us. What do you mean? You remember the museum is connected to a tunnel that leads to Heimdallr's catacombs? I've been hearing what sounds like voices coming from that direction lately. Kinda scary, I would imagine. Do you think it could be monsters? Maybe. If anything, it sounds more like a ghost. Something completely unnatural. Dusted up my obol staff to take a look down there, but I didn't come across any signs of monsters. A ghost? You expect us to believe that bullshit? Might I remind you that we experienced monsters and magic night down there recently. Not to mention there was a spot for the Dark Dragon's nest. Appeared before the Great Twilight. Something abnormal happening again isn't that out of the question. Come to think of it, Instructor Sarah told us she dropped by here a couple of weeks ago. I wasn't here, but the head curator told me such. Apparently a break-in, so she came to investigate. Don't think it has anything to do with the noises we've been hearing, though. Perhaps it wouldn't hurt to keep that in mind. We should begin our investigation soon. I did put in a formal request with the guild, but I guess they're swamped with other things. They said it'll be a while before they can get around to it. That's a shame. I'm not surprised that they would be busy. Right, we can't just afford to just let the situation go unchecked. Would you mind if we looked into it? Not at all. I appreciate it. Man, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Good, I guess it's better than letting this place get done in by a poltergeist. Whatever the cause is, paranormal or not, I think this would be worth our time. There's a possibility we could discover something that pertains to our current investigation. In that case, you should take this. Museum basement key. It's just over there to the left. Thank you, and do be careful. We will be. Interesting. We're not actually going to do it right away. We'll come back to that. Because there's some other stuff that we want to do before we even get there. Namely, I want to eat some things. Or I want to get more team members in, just in case. If we're going to do the little side quest. Professor Carlton, Maria. Right, let's speak to Nancy. Fruit pancakes, yes please. And we memorize that to our thing. I will take that. Right, and we need to go into the Lake Lord. Not Reverie Let, but Lake Lord. Mainly to get a little upgrade. We could strip fish, but that's not what we're doing. There we go, and I'm gonna get another 7 of those to get myself to a decent, as I can, level. Lord Blowbell. Lake Lord II, who we've seen. Look who stepped in. It's the Ashen Chevalier and his comrades. Those who were fishing on a journey across the continent. They're in Libera right now, having the time of their lives, fishing themselves silly. They're trying to make water retention systems. There we go. Got to keep progress with our own investigations for the people in Crossbell too. Right. Then there is another place to visit in here. Lucianart. We need to go to the private home. It's the other one. Nice, the private home here. Oh, here they are. These 2 people here. Oh, reading class 7. This would be your younger sister. Hi everyone, I never thought all of you would be dropping in like this. Sorry to barge in. Good to see you, Emily. You too, Teresa. Lee Swarzer, it's a pleasure to meet you both. You both serve in the Air Force, right? Because the incident here in Crossbell. Good guess, but not quite. We're being transferred to the Joint Staff Office on recommendation of Supreme Commander Van Dyke. That's great news. Something tells me there's more to that story, though. Well, leave it to Reen to be sharp as a tack. Something smells fishy and ain't the Quisha Aqueduct. We'd love to tell you what we know, honest, but it's being treated with top secrecy, even within the military. We'll compare notes with you when the time comes, though. Good enough for me. I look forward to it. With that out the way, yeah, I'm pretty worried about what's happening in Crossbell. I know Alistair's probably okay, but the fact we haven't heard from her doesn't make it easier. I'm with you. We're in the dark thanks to the Intelligence Division being scaled back. It's frustrating, but all we can do is believe that she's somewhere safe right now, and is okay. So I felt too. You know, the friends we have there will never lose hope, no matter how grim the odds are. I can't imagine the old Class 7 being phased now of all times. You're right, there's no point wriggling our hands right now. Let's just do what we can from over here for now. That's right, there will be tough times ahead, so look after yourselves and don't push too hard. There we go. So they live here. Camille, Emerson, Levin. Wow, so this is where Emily comes. Interesting, interesting. Right. We can choose where we want to head first, and we're actually going to head for Lancaster Street entrance. And there's a fair amount for us to get in here, actually. So we need to buy a book. Boutique Le Sage. Do want to head to the Orbital Factory, so let's go ahead and do that now. Let's shop first. Buy. Oh, you can't buy weapons here. We do have some Orbment stuff to take care of, or we could do. If there's anyone with water, 600, oh, so close. God, you just have to get the most difficult ones to get, don't you? My dude. Water, not there. Water this one? No. Water this one? No. I can do this one there, so I feel like maybe I should upgrade at least one. I should have done that on Altina, really. But, oh well. The more you learn. And I can't strengthen any quartz and weapons. Where exactly are the armaments in this area? But that's fine. Right, where is my boy? My boy here. Shop by Empirical Chronicle Special Issue. Buy that one. I'm looking for more
Business
bookshops.
as usual here, even with the prince gone MIA.
The information blackout will only last for so long. We need to find a lead soon.
What's that
Agreed.
do?
We'll need to give this place a thorough look.
Let's try Epimery Weapons and Armory. See if there's anything good for us. And then a ceramic coat for everyone. Boom. I want everyone to be at their best fighting measures. I'm going to sell all of these. But I will equip those gladiator headbands in a second. But I'm glad we got those. Let's equip these things. Prevent seal. We'll give you the one. Prevent seal is probably a good idea for you, and then we'll give a red pendulum to you. Just in case. Okay. We're on Vanquist Street. Let's go to your ball just to see if we can up anything whilst we're here. Okay, they're all gone anyway. That's good. I'm going to go from here. I'm going to go straight out and across into the Bifrost. Go into this one. I'm just going to check all the shops. There's the Orange Pecky, but I'm not too worried about that. Information, the bookstore. I feel like I might have missed the first two of those books, which really frustrates me. But that's okay. We can see a certain two people there. Lampina General Goods. No, far too bougie. Flint Drugstore. That's fine, we'll go there. Oh, Alan, Bridget. Breen, fancy meeting you all in here. It's been a while. Alan and I were just enjoying some quality time between one of his missions. Sorry to interrupt. Does that mean the army is keeping you busy? Pretty much. Armor divisions have been stretched thin due to being scaled back. I'm doing everything I can to reduce the load on General Craig, Lieutenant Colonel Neidhart. Still owe them a lot after the war. I volunteered to travel around the Empire to serve as a Panzer Soldat drill instructor and work on communication missions. Our reason I'm in the capital today was to make a report. It's about something that supposedly affects all divisions. Seems a little shady to me, but we're covering all our bases. What causes you to find it suspicious? I don't think he's allowed to share that, Altina. I'm not, but I wouldn't be surprised if you guys ended up finding out on your own. Don't be surprised if the Imperial Army reaches out to you when the time comes. Hearing that just makes me more worried about what they have you doing. Even the nobility's stressed this year with many families reorganizing their territories. My family's been helping coordinate. Father's been so busy that I've had to help him, which means it's been even harder for Anna and I to make time to see one another. Helps knowing that we'll finally be able to hold down our wedding once things calm down. No shit, that's a motivator. I suppose it's time suppose it's about time you two tied the knot. Congrats. Thanks, man. Funny feeling a man worthy of being Bridget's side after leaving the war behind. Don't plan on letting that change between now and the big day. Alan. Based on what we've heard so far from Alan and Emily, armored divisions in the Air Force both are preparing for some sort of top-secret mission. Given the current situation in Erebonia, that must mean... As we got some RP. Who knows what that means? Hey, Greg. You got nothing for me. Hey, Sabrina. There you go, Sabrina's doing well for herself. But that is fine. Right. On to Vanquer Street. Mulder. The unifying is nothing but a pipe dream. If he plans to go into war with the rest of the Empire, I mean, that's the other assumption, isn't it? Right, I'm sure we'll see one of the twins. Oh, we've got both of them. Well, if it isn't Class 7. Had no idea you were in the capital. We weren't expecting to run into you two either. Oh, is it a bad time? Everyone here looks really busy. Don't worry, I was just getting in the mood for a break anyway. There's no better way to get to hot scoops than talking to you, Reen. Though I'm guessing your sister would have plenty of goss to share too, being the student council president and all. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Oh, I'm definitely going to have to interview you at some point, Ash. Keep an eye out for that. I think we all know what that will be about. Can you just drop it? Yeah, I'm thinking that one's gonna stick with you. Either way, I think we've made you stand for long enough. There's chairs for meetings and the like over there. Do you want to sit down? If you don't mind me asking, what brings you here anyway, Lind? Thought you were still doing your residency over at St. Ursula. I am, technically. After helping out the branch campus, I started another year of studying Crossbell. But I was here in Heimdallr for a training session. Crossbell got occupied, so here I am. That would explain it. So she decided to come spend time with her favorite sister in the world. She's helping us with clerical work as a part-timer. Well, ain't your company a bunch of bleeding hearts? Well, if they'd said no, it was just gonna make her pretend to be me. Either way, I win. Sounds very illegal. Still, I don't think anyone saw this coming. The former Governor General suddenly declaring himself Supreme Leader of Crossbell truly is a shocker. The craziness you saw when you came in here is everyone trying to get a special issue ready. All about it. It is somewhat strange how little the general population has reacted to the news. Everyone seems shockingly calm. I'm getting that impression during my time in the capital too. I mean, it might just be they're all just so fucking used to crazy shit happening in this world. I imagine it's due to the fact that no one is able to communicate with anyone over in Crossbell. Maybe the lack of immediacy is keeping the reality of the situation from sinking in. Has the Chronicle conducted any opinion polls on the issue? Sure have. What I've got to say is I was surprised by what people thought the Empire should do in light of all this. Most people responded that we should try to avoid any major conflicts. That is somewhat surprising, but given the recent history of Erebonia, I would have assumed people would respond more belligerently. Maybe people are just finally sick of war. That would be my take as well. The Battle of Jormungandr may have only lasted one entire day, but the economic toll of our reparations and the mental toll of those who were conscripted cannot be ignored. It's taken half a year for us to get to the point where life's finally starting to go back to normal, too. Of course, it's just not your average Erebonian's take on the issue. Not the government stance. But neither the government nor His Majesty have declared things on that front. I've tried asking the military for a statement a few times with no dice. Now that I'm not surprised by. Still, thanks for the information. I feel like I have a better grasp of the current situation now. You're very welcome. Now, Reen, hot scoops Schwarzer, why don't you tell me about how your little investigation is going? Don't play dumb, I know. You do? Did they ask you to assist with the search? Not quite. See, I caught wind of it from a fellow reporter a little while back. Just a rumor at that point, but I got right to work trying to corroborate it. Hit up every source from other reporters to fellow Thor's alumni like Adele, Fee, Monk. Eventually, Major Claire realized I was hot on the story. And let's be real, at that point, she didn't really have any options other than reaching out to me herself, so that's how I know. From anyone else, that story would surprise me, but from you, Vivi, the information was shared with me because I'm helping Vivi out. Fortunately, I don't know we know any more than you do yet. Yes, but if we catch word of anything, you'll be the first ones to know. I'll give you a call if you catch word of anything yourselves. Will do. I want to ask Linda if she knows what Gaius is. I'm just reminded how handy it is when we had the access to the round of 7. Certainly it was. There you go. I only wonder how Gaius is doing now he's in Nord. Ah, cute. Lover's Quabble. And I think after that, we head to the next section, the plaza. Okay, in here, you can see who we're meant to be saying. We're going to avoid them for now. Just avoid them for now. Avoid them for now because there's some other stuff we need to do. Some other important stuff we need to shop by. Not you, I don't want you, I need...
The Emperor and Empress must be worried sick.
They most certainly are.
Princess Elfin has tried to put on a brave face at school, but deep down...
The sooner we can find them.
Oh. Sooner they can rest easy. I agree. I was trying to just get a nice
school
view.
Of fish spotted.
I was trying to get a good view, but we're trying to fish here now.
Got a bite.
God damn it.
Got away.
I'm tired. And I've just eaten a lot of Chinese food. So I need to concentrate. Okay, we've got a green
Nice.
for now. Okay, I've got it this time. Nice.
Not bad at all.
Good old carp. I'm gonna do one more.
Got a bite.
I wasn't
Nice.
even nowhere close to that not being a thing. We got him this time though.
Not bad at all.
Grab the carp, get another tiara bomb. Or tiara bomb as... If I go around here and buy directly from... No.
That was so good! Alright, we can officially cross Drykel's Plaza off the list. I'm ready to hit up the next spot.
There's no need to be in such a rush.
I kind of
How
low-key
do
love
you still have
Eustace.
space in your stomach for more?
You insult me, Eustace. I need to try all the capital's mouth-watering morsels. I can't throw in the towel this early.
You need to sample them all without eating more than your body mass in one sitting.
Indeed.
Says you. I'm still growing. I gotta eat.
Growing up has less to do with regular consumption and more to do with acting like an adult.
Oh, hey guys.
Eustace Alborea. Milliam Orion.
Counter-argument to that, by the way. If you want me to start acting like an adult, then you've got to start treating me like it. How's a girl supposed to feel big without being called a big sister?
Counter-argument to your counter-argument. That makes no sense.
Yes, it does. Don't be mean.
I didn't expect you to come all to come this early. We were out gathering information when we happened to see you. Elise wanted to help us out too, so that's why she's here. I'll do my best not to trouble you. I don't think there's any chance of that. You'll be fine help. If you need anything, just lean on me. Thank you, I will. I don't think anyone can tell Elise is going to be more reliable asset than you are here. Rude! Seeing them at the stall together takes me back to the summer festivals. This brings a lot of joy to me because how well Eustace's anguish and grief was kind of encapsulated over that last game, over Cold Steel 4. You really felt his voice actor did an amazing job. They all did a really good job, and it was probably one of my highlights of the game. So have them back is good. I was only a few short months ago. Feels like much longer. Can't imagine Eustace saw what Rufus is doing coming either. Has to be weighing on him heavily. At least he has Milliam to help him take his mind off it. Very true. Come on, give Big Sissy some love. Please remove yourself from around my neck. But we haven't seen each other in forever. It's barely been 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks! She whines, but she's not trying to escape. Exactly how it is with them. Do you want to try some gelato or ice cream from one of the stalls? I'll treat you. The milk ice cream is super rich and tasty. I saw you need to leave room for lunch. You're never going to grow any bigger if you only eat the bare minimum, Tilly. You gained another range on you since our last update. This rate you're gonna need hills to get anywhere close to my height. I am older, so maybe it's because I've earned it. Huh. Want ice cream with 5 scoops. You only need 3 scoops, Mapscum? Then I'll take 3, but I appreciate it if you make them as big as possible. Trudy doesn't want to lose this thing they've got going on, huh? You guys were gathering intel just on a date? Were you guys gathering intel on a date? We're not standing idly. We were certainly not on a date as well, young man. You've been looking into the flow of the goods in the capital. That'd explain why you were visiting multiple shops and stalls. Have you learned anything? There's lots of groups buying stuff in bulk. All kinds of stuff too, food, armorants. It's almost like they're getting ready for something. That is unusual. You could get panic buying in response to Crossbell's occupation, but lately implies before that. The war's over and the winter's still far off, so we can't be stocking up for the weather. The buyers themselves are suspicious sorts. When we started looking into them in details, we discovered that they were either startups or foreign, and they all appear to exist in name only. That only adds to the mystery. Oh, you're done with them? Wasn't it good? I have to admit that. We're not here to discuss ice cream. The buyers exist in name only. Could we be dealing with cases of fraud? Actually, no. Transactions are legitimate. The sellers are receiving their money, but the goods were dispatched. But the other significant mystery is that there is no record of where any of these goods ended up. The intelligence division has tried tracking some of these orders, but they're just getting forwarded all over the place before disappearing along with the other orders like this. This may have had better luck if they'd been marked if they had marked an order from the moment it's placed. But alas, by the time they realize they're dealing with another one of these, the transaction's already long done. So do we think whoever's doing this got all the stuff they need by now? Probably. It's as though we're dealing with very skilled criminals. The reborn Imperial Liberation Front is hoarding supplies? What is it? Nothing worthy of note. I'm just wondering if it may perhaps lead to Crossbell's new Supreme Leader instead. Well, it could. I just cannot fathom why my brother would be foolish. I thought he'd finally learned his lesson. Makes no sense to me either. I haven't known him for that long, but even if we were both Ironbloods, but after we beat him at the Imperial Fortress, he seemed pretty much done. I think we're all under the same impression. Either way, speculating on what he's trying to do serves us no purpose in the now. Regardless of his reasons, I will be sure to right his wrongs as his brother. I'm sorry you're going through this, Eustace. Right now, our primary focus is on him, but the missing prince and princess. That doesn't mean we can afford to turn a blind eye to Crossbell, mind. I'm just not sure whether the crisis there and their disappearance are connected in any way. Whatever the answer is, when our focus is inevitably turns to him, you won't be alone in confronting him. So don't try running off alone, alright? Don't worry, I wouldn't dare. I'm well aware that there's only so much what I can do alone.
Good, because your friends are here to help you in times of need, and you definitely need us here.
Well then, we should get back gathering information. That would be wise. The more we can find, the better.
Let's go.
Me and little Bunny are ready to go.
Indeed, we can't let the rest of Class 7 be the only ones working hard. And I'll be here for whatever you need.
Does that mean we have a million uses? That is very nice to know. I just realised I've got some increases match HP by 20. Let's give Eustace a little bit of a droplet. Okay, so we needed from here. We're not going to head to Matter Park yet. We're actually going to head back to Leskia District. Head back to the private home, the Imperial Museum. And do us some sweeping. Investigate. Unlock the door. Let's unlock and let's see what we have to fight. Heimdallr Catacombs. Or maybe I should do this one next time. Maybe that's the best idea. Yeah, I'm gonna do this next time. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys then. Peace.